Hola, ¿qué pasa? What's going on, everybody? This is and I am Been Around the World. I am still in Ecuador, currently in my apartment in Guayaquil, and today we are going to be talking about the monthly cost of living for expats in Guayaquil. More specifically, the cost of living for my girlfriend and I for the month of October. Our goal was to spend about $35 a day, including accommodations, food, and everything. And I'm happy to say we did hit our goal. For the month of October, we spent $1,064 and roughly 5 cents. You can certainly spend more if you want very luxurious accommodations and fine dining every day. You can certainly spend a lot more, but you can certainly spend a lot less. I spoke to a family of 4 on an expat forum in Guayaquil who swear that they spend about $900 a month for 4 people. So we sort of fall in somewhere in between. We're not the most economical people, but we're also not spending money like we have it to burn. So we spend $1,064.05. And I split the different categories of our expenditures into 8 different categories. We got rent, utilities, phone, groceries, eating out, transportation, entertainment, and laundry. So let's get into it. First one up is rent. Obviously, accommodations is always the most important one. And our apartment here in Guayaquil was $440 a month. Now, we did rent a nice spacious 2-room apartment in a nice quiet neighborhood just outside the downtown area. And if you're interested in checking out the apartment, I will provide a link to the video tour that we took of it. And $440 a month. And the great thing about our apartment is not only was it fully furnished, but it actually included all utilities. So our next category, utilities, our monthly expenditure was $0. So that's always good. Next up, phone. When I first arrived in Ecuador in September, I did purchase a SIM card for my phone through the company 20. There are other options. Claro is one of them, CNT. There's a few others that provide phone service via SIM card, and they're all pretty comparable. When my original data plan expired, and near the beginning of October, I did re-up and I spent about $10 on my data plan, and that was more than enough data for me for the entire month. So for phone, I spent all of $10. Next up, we have groceries. Now, my girlfriend and I, we do eat out most of the time, on average at least twice a day, because eating out can be very, very cheap and it's very good food. But we do some grocery shopping. Sometimes we are lazy and we like to make a breakfast or a small lunch here at home. And we do have a grocery store right around the corner, and we buy things like chicken nuggets, hamburgers, a lot of American style food actually. So it's not the most economical if you're not buying food that's more local. But I need my hamburgers and my chicken nuggets, things like that. So for groceries, we spend $95.50. Next up is eating out, and this is where we definitely could have saved a lot more money if we had decided to be more economical. As I said before, eating out can be very, very cheap. There's tons of local diners and cafes where you can get breakfast, lunch, or dinner for like $3. And we do frequent those very often, but it's pretty common for us also to visit more upscale restaurants. We see a place we like, it looks intriguing, and we can't help it but try it out and see what they got. And that's where we spend a little bit more money. Not as much as American prices, but certainly more than the cheap diners and cafes. So for eating out, we did spend $412.70, but considering the 2 of us ate out twice a day, that's really not that bad. So next up is transportation. Now, Guayaquil isn't the most pedestrian-friendly city I've ever visited. It is a very big city, a very dense population, and in a lot of the areas it can be very heavy traffic. And because of that and the fact that everything is sort of spread out, you can't always walk everywhere. So you will have to learn how to take the taxis and the bus. Now, fortunately, the taxis and the bus are very cheap. Taxis will take you just about anywhere in the city for about $2 or $3, and the buses are 35 cents per person, and they run about every 8 minutes, and they're very efficient. And the buses, and they can get a little bit crowded, but like I said, they run every 8 minutes, so if one's too crowded, you can just wait for the next one. So again, transportation, we spend about $25.60 on taxis and buses, which is, considering how much we got out, we took the buses very often. We like to get around the city and check everything out. That's not too bad. Next up is entertainment. Now, a lot of the things we like to do for entertainment, fortunately, are free. We do like to check out a number of the parks around Guayaquil, and they have tons of different parks to check out. I shot a lot of walking videos of the different parks that we have visited. You can always check out on my channel, the Guayaquil playlist. We also like to visit the malls and do a lot of mall walking. Guayaquil is a big city, and we visited at least 4 malls. The San Marino Mall, Mall del Sol, and the Policentro Mall are all within walking distance of our apartment. And we visited those pretty frequently and just walked around, did a lot of window shopping. Didn't really buy much. When you're moving around and traveling a lot, you don't want to buy too much. It's just more stuff for you to move around. Other than that, the things that we spent money on for entertainment, we did go to the movies a couple times. The mall right by us, San Marino Shopping Center Mall. Some of the bigger movies that come out, even though I'm in Ecuador, which is a Spanish-speaking country, did have movies in English with Spanish subtitles. So my girlfriend and I, we did go see the new James Bond, and we saw Venom 2, so that was pretty good. And other than that, we also do go out drinking every once in a while. We only went out drinking a few times, and we don't drink a lot, but drinking beers are pretty cheap. And also, we spent a lot of time down at the Malecón, which is the waterfront downtown, and they have all sorts of attractions there. They have an amusement park with a giant Ferris wheel, lots of rides, lots of attractions, and lots of very talented street performers. And I'd always like to tip the street performers for just their skill. I mean, they're just so amazing. If you watch some of my videos of the walking tour I took down the Malecón, you'll see some of them. And I always like to give them a little bit of money for their trouble, just for honing their craft or their skills. For entertainment, we did spend $56.25, which isn't a whole lot, so that's pretty good. Last up on the list, we have laundry. As awesome as our apartment is, I'm a big fan of it. As is common in the city of Guayaquil, they don't have their own washer and dryer. Luckily, there's lavanderias all over the place, and they're very cheap. You take your clothes to the lavanderia, they wash them, they dry them, they fold them, they seal them up, and they return them to you same day. And so for laundry, we spent $24 for the month of October for the 2 of us. A quick recap of all of our expenditures. We have rent, which was $440. That included all utilities, so our utility budget was $0. Spent all of $10 re-upping my data plan on my SIM card through 20, and you can re-up your SIM card at almost any local corner store, and basically any store really. Groceries, we spent $95.50. Eating out, we spent $412.70. Transportation, we spent $25.60. Entertainment, we spent $56.25, and for laundry, we spent $24. And that gives us a grand total of $1,064.05. Now, like I said, you can spend a lot more if you want, or you can spend a lot less if you want to be super economical. This video is to just give you a rough idea of how cheap life here in Guayaquil can be. And like I said, we're not the most economical people. We did like to go out eating. We did like to go spend money on going out drinking, seeing the movies. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can live a nice life, a life worth living, and get by on very little money. So I do hope you found this video informative. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments down below. And I will see you next time. Adios.